blog entry 110. And this is from 3/9 of 2023. Over the past few weeks, I've been spending time near a Rādha temple here in Texas, learning more about their lineage and path, one my own teacher also studied and walked. What I'm beginning to understand is that each soul's propensity for spiritual growth, their sincerity, and their love for Rādha and Krishna varies greatly. It's deeply individual, and increasingly, I'm seeing that the material body has very little to do with any of it. It offers almost no reliable indication of how focused, committed, or awakened someone is on their spiritual path. For a long time, I carried this misconception about myself, this old lens that saw me just as a little country redneck person from North Carolina, someone with no business wearing orange robes or imagining that I could serve others by teaching. But that way of measuring or trying to understand myself through the eyes of material identity, culture, or form was completely false. What I'm learning now is that seva, which is the service for God that you do, doesn't depend on background or outer appearance. It flows from the heart's devotion, from the soul's longing, and from the grace of being called by Rādha and Krishna themselves to serve, their love to speak their names, and to help others remember the path that leads back to them. So another thing that Rādha and Krishna really took a lot of time to teach me on this topic was when I first started going to temples, and it was years before this blog post even, and I would be at a temple, and there would be someone there, and they'd be wearing the robes, and they'd be doing the most. and then I would say in meditation, I'd be like, Rādha Krishna, wow, this person here, they're really doing the most. Look at them. Watch them go. Look at this. I just can't even believe it. And Rādha and Krishna would be like, well, their heart isn't exactly where you would think it is. And I'm like, whoa, okay, wow. And then I'd see another devotee or another person there doing their spiritual practice, and they'd be fussing at everybody, I'm like, oh, this person, they're fussing at everybody. I mean, maybe they're not feeling it, maybe they're maybe they're not really doing it. I don't know. And then Radha and Krishna would be like, actually, their heart is more pure and has more love for us, or more love for God than what you would think. And so they took a lot of time to really break down, or try and break down, this understanding, which is still so intense because the material is so strong. But the understanding that the way something looks, and the way a person looks, and the outward appearance of something, just as this blog post says, depicts where it's at in its journey with God, the soul, where the soul is at, where the heart is at, and where the person is at. And it doesn't at all. It really doesn't. The outward appearance, it just goes into the material. And what happens, it kind of falls back into what I was talking about yesterday. We can't measure spiritual growth in a material way, right? And if we don't have our own connection with Radha and Krishna and God that we've grown to help us feel in our soul what feels right to us, we're not going to know when someone is on or off, and when they're looking right and when they're not right inside, or when they're looking off outside, but inside they're connected. But Radha and Krishna let us know, and they're the only ones that know, So it's easy to get caught up in how someone looks in their practice, and where are they, and where does it fall, and where are they going. And in reality, we have no clue what they have going on inside of them, other than what God or Radha and Krishna allow us to feel or perceive about that person. And it's real important to understand that, because it brings the emphasis back to the importance of having your relationship with God and your connection, and being able to feel through your soul what is right for you and what is not right for you. And I'm talking about individuals right now, but even the groups are the same. So if the group is a good fit for you and it helps you grow overall, and you're growing your love towards God, that's great. But if some point it starts feeling off inside of you, then that's something to really meditate with Radha and Krishna or God about on your own, and to really fill it out, and to really think if it's really helping you grow your love for God overall. And I just can't stress enough how important that is. But this is a great learning thing that Radha and Krishna taught me in seeing the different people at different temples and things like that. And I would think they were one way, and Radha and Krishna would be like, nope, that's completely not where they are. And then I would see people in the middle too, which, may fit what I was thinking. But more times than not, Radha and Krishna would give me more clarity than I would possibly ever get on my own. So it's just super important to build your connection, to build your process, and to build your relationship. I cannot stress that enough. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. That's pretty much it for today. Have a great rest of your day. If you have a chance, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's super helpful. All right, bye-bye.